guys, TavHD here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at this laptop which I got given the other day. I didn't pay for this at all, it was given to me and I know absolutely nothing about it. All I know is this is a Sony Vaio and I only know that because it says it on the lid. So today we're just going to take a quick look around it. Now unfortunately I don't have the charger, so I can't turn it on and explore the operating system, but I do have a screwdriver, so maybe we can take a look at the insides of this thing if we need to, and maybe we can see if we can do any upgrades in the future. So first off, let's just take a quick look at the machine. So it's actually not a bad looking computer, and I believe it's about 10 or 15 years old, I'm not exactly sure. I believe it is running Windows XP, but of course I can't check because I don't have the charger. So it's silver, it's got the Vaio logo on the top as well as Sony there. On the front we can tell that this is an older computer because you've got to slide this to unlock the hinge. We don't get that anymore on computers. At the front it looks like we'll have a light here for power, battery, hard drive activity, and for that, whatever that is, I believe it's for memory stick duo or something like that. And we can also turn the wireless LAN on and off from here, and we also have audio in and out. Now on this side we have an expansion slot. I'm not really sure what that is, to be honest. Don't know what that is either, although that is on another old laptop that I have. There is a Magic Gate port. I don't really know what those are used for. We've got 3 USBs, I'll assume that they're USB 1s, although they might be 2s, I'm not exactly sure. We also have VGA out here, and the DC in for the charger, which unfortunately I do not have. Now on the back we've just got the hinge, of course, and a heat vent here, and then we can see a bit of the battery as well. Now on the other side we've got Ethernet, our modem, our disk drive, and then a Kensington lock. Now on the bottom we've just got some information here. So it says it's running Windows XP, although it might have been upgraded at some point, I'm not exactly sure. It says Sony personal computer, model PCG-7G1M. Now I don't know if that'll come up with any results online, I haven't checked. I would assume that it would do, but I'm not exactly sure. There's just some information on the back there. This is where the battery goes in up here, and I assume the hard drive and RAM are going to be under here if we need to look at that. And I've noticed that it's got 3 out of the 4 feet, which isn't bad going for such an old machine. Okay, so now we've looked at the outside, let's slide the latch and take a look at the inside here. So I believe this is a 15.4 inch screen, although I could be wrong. There's no webcam on this, which also shows its age. Vaio logo there, it says Sony over there. We've got 2 buttons here, S1 and S2. I'm not sure what they're for, I'm assuming the speakers are under this grille. We've got our lights for num lock, caps lock and scroll lock. And we also have our power button here, but of course this thing will not power up because I do not have the charger. Keyboard here, it's kind of yellowed a bit and it's got what looks to be a bit of food stuck on it maybe. But then here is the information about the machine that I was interested to find out. Okay, so here's the information on the sticker on the left of the palm rest. Vaio VGN-FS415E. Don't know if that's the model number or what, I guess I can research that. It says the CPU is an Intel Celeron M, and it is the 390 model at 1.7 GHz. We've got 512 megabytes of RAM, and it says that that is one 512 stick of RAM, so possibly we can upgrade this if there is another slot. Now the HDD, it says, is 80 gigabytes. I'm assuming that that will be IDE, so there's not really many upgrade opportunities there, but we can have a look in a moment at that. And then the wireless LAN is 802.11b/g, and the screen is 15.4 inches as I thought, but this isn't any LCD, this is an X-Black LCD. And we can take a look at more information about that in a second. Now, the optical drive is a double layer DVD rewritable. The graphics are Intel Graphics Media Accelerator 9000, and that has shared memory with the main memory, then the OS Windows XP Home Edition. Whether that's been upgraded to 7 or not, I do not know. So here is the X Black LCD. I don't really know what that means. I'm yet to experience this screen. I probably won't do until I can find a charger. So it says it has double lamp technology, which means it's even brighter and has richer colours. Now for the time, this is probably quite a good feature, but I use a Retina MacBook Pro, so this will probably be terrible compared to that. But for the time, it was probably a very good selling point. And then super slim design, only 2.9 kilograms with a DVD drive in it as well. Now, that today is not impressive at all. My MacBook Pro is 2.2 kilograms without an optical drive, and I think that's quite heavy for what it is really. But then again, this is an old machine. That was probably a good weight for a computer, which was probably considered to be a fairly decent model. Then more information about the wireless LAN. Then it also says that it comes with Adobe software on it, such as Photoshop Elements, Adobe Premiere Elements, Acrobat Elements and Microsoft Work. So it's great to see that there were some things included on here, and maybe they're still on it, and which we can check out in another episode when I've got a charger. Then of course designed for Windows XP and Intel Celeron M inside. Now I've just noticed this lighter patch on the lid, which is telling me that maybe the whole machine is meant to be that lighter colour and maybe all this darker stuff is dirt. So I think I'm going to go and get a wipe and try and wipe this all off and see if we can get it looking just a little bit better. So once I've done that, I'll come back and see if it's any cleaner. Alright, I've just given the lid a quick wipe over. Here's some of the dirt that I've got off. I have no idea when the last time this thing was cleaned was. If it's ever been cleaned at all, I wouldn't be surprised if it hadn't. But yeah, that wasn't very nice, but at least it's looking a lot fresher now. So of course, because I don't have the charger, we can't boot it up, so I think it's time to flip it over, look at the RAM and hard drive and see if there are any upgrade opportunities available to us. Okay, I've flipped it over now, and we're going to take a look inside both of these bays. It looks quite easy. There's just one screw on each. I'm assuming that it's going to be hard drive and RAM, or it might be the other way around. I'm not sure. I've got my screwdriver here, so let's just take off these one at a time, starting with the one that I assume will be the hard drive. Okay, so there's an arrow telling me to slide it this way, so there we go. And there is the hard drive. And just looking at that connector there, that looks to be IDE, so we can't really put an SSD in this thing. It really wouldn't be worthwhile. We'd have to get some sort of adapter, which probably wouldn't work. So let's take the hard drive out now and take a look at exactly what model it is. Okay, I've just taken the 4 screws out from there, there and there. So let's try and take this drive out now. So I assume I can just pull on this tab here and somehow disconnect it. There, I think it's coming. There we go. And that is, of course, IDE. So now I'm just going to take this metal cage off and we can see exactly what model this drive is. Alright, here's the drive that's in this laptop. It is a Toshiba drive. Let me try and get this off here. There we go. It says Toshiba on the back there. And it says void warranty if seal is broken, and I highly doubt there is still a warranty on this. So if I wanted to, I guess I could open it, but I'm not, because I would like to see the contents of this drive. So if I can't get a charger at some point, maybe I'll get an adapter to plug this into a SATA interface and we'll try and boot up on another computer. But here's the drive. It looks like a fairly simple old drive, made in China. Do not disassemble or modify, do not remove any labels. Yeah, loads of things that we don't really care about. I'll put this back in now, then we'll take a look what's in the other door. Okay, I've just put the hard drive back in. That was actually quite easy. There was a few screws, but everything went back together just fine. So now it's time to look under this door, and I'm assuming that this will be the RAM. But I've just thought maybe I should have taken the battery out, but probably doesn't matter because there's no charge in it anyway. But I'm going to do it anyway just because it'll make myself feel a little bit better about doing this. So just one screw here. This is extremely easy to do. There we go. Arrow going that way, so slide. There we go, there is the RAM. So this specific computer only comes with one 512 stick installed. I'm assuming that there would have been an upgrade you could have got from Sony where you could have had another 512 stick to make a total of 1 GB, but this computer doesn't have that, so maybe at some point we could do that upgrade if I feel it's necessary. Now I'm not sure if this would support dual channel mode or not. If it did, well, it's not making use of that, but maybe this CPU doesn't do that sort of thing, so it doesn't really make a difference. But I'm not sure how well Windows XP would run on half a gigabyte of RAM. I've never used it on such a little amount. The least I've used it on is 1 GB, so it'd be interesting to see how it copes on half a gigabyte. So really, that was all I wanted to look at under here. Right, I've just put the RAM door back on and put the battery back in, and really that is everything that I can do in this video without being able to turn it on. I looked for a charger for quite a while, but I couldn't find one that would fit. Now if I was to buy one online, that would be about £15, but I'm not sure if it's really worth it or not. I don't suppose this laptop is even worth £15 anymore. But we'll see, maybe I'll get a charger and maybe we can explore the contents of this computer. But that is it for this video, so thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.